Hello YouTube family, how you doing? This is a pleasure and an honor to be here. Of course, my name is Kofi BARAKA, and this is Kofi BARAKA's World. Thank you. Alright. Thank you for watching, supporting. Of course, we will give praises to God. Give her some praises, you know what I mean? God. God, thank you for this time. Thank you for just everything, man. Having a good bed, having a roof, having clothes, having food, friends, family, the breath of life, everything, electricity, everything, a car, good air, etc., etc. And being around good people. Thank you for all those things. And thank you for having a relationship with us. And thank you for allowing us to have a relationship with you. We love you all, hearts and might. Amara, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right. And of course, you can subscribe, you can like, you can download, and you can click the notification bell for old, prior, and of course, new videos, you know what I mean? And of course, you can smoke one, you know what I mean? And of course, this is season 3, episode 19. And this episode is entitled Chosen One, the End, or I would say the End of Days. The End of Days, Chosen Ones. The End of Days. So, of course, today we're going to talk about just things that are different now than they were before, back at a different time. So if anyone watches this video younger, they can understand how things were in the past. And people that's watching this video in terms of my peer group or older, it's like a reminiscent, kind of nostalgic time, you know what I mean? But yeah, I wanted to talk about this one. Because this one was interesting. And this one, it's been like stewing in my brain for like the last 2 weeks. I had to let it go. But no, I was thinking about how, like when I was growing up, and this is my first point, the change. But when I was growing up, you would hear crickets, you know what I mean? You would see grasshoppers everywhere. You would hear the crickets, I believe, when the sun was going down, and like when it was fully nighttime, you hear these motherfuckers all night, and then they would stop like in the morning time, you know? And that was like every day in the summer. That was every day and kind of going into the fall. You know what I mean? When you used to walk past the bushes, you know what I mean? You would hear these niggas, you'll hear the Sadeas, I hope I'm saying their name correctly. They'll make like a different noise when you walk past to alert each other like, okay, we got somebody walking past. You know what I mean? When I was growing up, you actually had lightning bugs. And they would come out like when the sun was setting. And you would see one, and the more you saw, that means it was getting further into like nighttime. And like even with the sunsets, like back in the day, when you had a sunset, it would change different colors. You'll have like 7, 8 different colors. You'll have orange, purple. Sometimes if you was lucky, if it rained, you have a little green. You know what I mean? But you'll have more vibrant red colors. You know what I mean? Orange colors, pink. You know what I mean? I remember sometimes the sunset, like you'll have so much fun being outside that when the sun actually set, you would tell yourself, oh, I'll get back home 8:30. And then by the time the sun really set, by the time it got really dark and you went home, that shit was like 9:45. And your people, they knew where you were at, but they wasn't saying shit because they knew you was out the house, you was safe. They was having a little bit of fun themselves. But now it's sun setting at the same time, 8:30. That's not right. The sun used to rise different times too. It might rise like 4 in the 4 o'clock range, but now it's like 6 here, 5 here, 4 here. That's different, you know what I mean? Niggas don't even see, like, you see bees, these niggas don't even go past the grass no more. Like, these niggas stay with the grass. I know they get in the flowers and they get in the pollen, but these niggas don't even fly no more. They barely sting no more. Let me knock on wood, but they barely sting. Like, you gotta really think about these things, man. You don't even see hornets no more. When I was growing up, hornets were like this big on the reg. Now they're like this big, and they easy to kill. Back in the day, you couldn't kill no hornet. You could step on that motherfucker like 3 times. It might stop flying, but it doesn't mean it was dead. That nigga will still be alive. And that heart still be going, man. You know what I mean? Like fighting Joe Frazier, you know what I mean? Smoking Joe. But no, I'm just seeing the changes. Like, I'm really seeing the changes. I was like, damn. I had this older man, he was telling me how, like, grass don't even grow the same. Like, back in the summer, grass used to go, like, rampant. Now, some grass grows, some grass don't grow. Not to say one is artificial, one's not. He was talking about a lot of lawns. He said he's been cutting lawns in Baltimore for 40 years. He said this year was his biggest dip, and he said it wasn't financially, because he said last summer he did well, but he said for some reason this summer the grass is not growing. So you got grass not growing, bees not flying and stinging, you don't have no lightning bugs, you don't have no, what do you say, crickets or whatever, you barely see grasshoppers, you know what I mean? We know about the bird situation. When I was growing up, you wake up, birds just be singing, birds just be mating. You know what I mean? You don't see no birds singing. You don't see no birds mating. It's just a joke. Point 2, climate. In terms of back in the day, you had real climate. You had a real summer. 90 degrees. This is not no real summer. A real summer is when you have heat waves. You don't got no fucking heat waves. I'm not trying to promote heat waves, because that was also where the earth crying. But at the same token, you knew it was summertime, old niggas was dying. Like, the heat wave was real. Like, you start sweating as soon as you got outside. Like, and I'm talking about when you got in the car, you was dripping. When you start dripping, that means your body is burning maybe 100 calories, the manipulation to have your body sweat like that to cool you down. A lot of times you working out for at least 10 minutes for the average human, or you're burning 100 calories to get that first initial sweat popping. Man, you don't got no heat waves. Some places it's cold. Shit, this is the most rainiest summer I've ever been in. It felt like fucking April. But then sometimes it feels like fall. And it said, like in the Bible, in Revelation, I'm not no Bible head, but it said the end of days in terms of, or the last of the days in terms of just you wouldn't know the season. And even the bugs are gone. Shit, even the birds are gone. You can barely see birds. I was thinking about this the other day too. You barely see squirrels. So a lot of the wildlife is even like left. When the last time you saw a real dead deer in the road? All these niggas left. When you see the animals leave, you better watch out. It's been more shark attacks closer to the water than ever before. So something's happening with the ocean too. That's a whole different episode. But I just wanted to tag this episode in terms of just like the end of days. Because I definitely been seeing it. Did I want to broadcast it? Not really. But it's been in my heart. And I'm like, it might be relevant to your hearts as well, your mind. Maybe you're thinking the same thing. You know what I mean? Water running out. Of course, we know about the food crisis in terms of purposely closing farms, harming agriculture, etc., etc. You know what I mean? Fake ass meat. McDonald's serving human meat. You know what I mean? Or just whatever, you know what I mean? Shit, man, it's just... And I would say it's not in a negative light, but in a positive light. I think we're transitioning to 5D. I think all those were remnants of 3D. And now we're going to a whole different space. And that's the reason why I said everything to bring that 1 point up. That's the cherry on top, is that we are in 5D. And a lot of us, we've been stopped eating meat. And, we've been, and then the great thing too, I hate to say this, if this is not the best time to be within nature, because the bees, I think nature pushed itself away so humans could be in nature, if that makes sense. I feel like right now God is saying this is the time that we should be grounded. We should be sun gazing. We should be sunbathing. We should be exercising and meditating outside. And God has gave us the perfect time to do so we wouldn't. And also, niggas don't get mosquito bites no more. Not to say that we're eating better, but you barely see mosquitoes. So a lot of these, when do you see 4 or 5 different series of insects depart from you? And I'm talking about different parts of the country. I'm talking about parts of California. I'm talking about parts of even Jersey, Baltimore, down to Texas, up to Minnesota, and even across Detroit. A lot of them are seeing the same patterns. So it's just, I'm just saying, like, the end of 3D is coming about. And of course, the beginning of 5D is approaching. And for some of us, it's already here. And of course, this is the end of episode 19, season 3 of Kofi Baraka's World. Yeah. Kofi Baraka's World. Smoke you a joint and escape. No, I'm playing. Alright. And of course, peace and history. Always know your history so it won't be a mystery. So you can always go back. So you can always compare and contrast, do a juxtaposition in life. You know what I mean? Of course, have a wonderful week. Ashe, ashe, ashe to my woke ones. Thank you for all the love and support and just being there. Of course, we're continuing to go into 5D, my chosen ones. You know what I mean? Of course, be safe. Have a good summer in terms of we're like in the middle of the summer. We got the middle of July, almost July's damn near done. And then we got August, you know what I mean? But I wanted you to think about all those differences in terms of even when you was growing up to now, how things were and how they're not now. Just to make you think, even persuade you even more to fast, to drink alkaline water, to do the grounding, to do the cold baths, to do the cold showers, to have a veggie fruit diet, to watch what you listen to, watch what you watching, to go with the natural hair route, you know what I mean? And to even stop alcohol, definitely stop drugs, you know what I mean? Shit, if you want to stop weed, you can stop weed because everyone has a different path. I can't judge, you know what I mean? But just to be your better self. And I know it's a lot of fear, and to listen to God. And like I'm going to say for next week, I think my next week episode is going to talk about shadow work. But we got to do shadow work as a people, especially if we want the things we want in life, because we only live in the physical plane. We don't know, as neuromelanin people, we got to start living in the spiritual plane, man. We got to start living that spiritual plane and having real faith in God, man. So, of course, last talk for those who can't smoke. I want to thank you for watching again, guys. Of course, we got the blue candle in the house. Kind of match my outfit, you know what I mean? No, I'm playing. And I will see you in the next dimension. Peace.